Our first honoree is Siobhan Sam Bennett, who is part of the leadership team for political parity. Sam knows firsthand that it's no easy task to change the gender balance in politics. In 2001, she ran for office herself. It was her first time running, and she ran against a 26-year political incumbent from Allentown, Pennsylvania. At her first campaign debate, with the press in the room, the moderator asked her, "Sam, just what are your measurements?" She is now the president and CEO of the Women's Campaign Fund, the oldest organization to financially support female candidates and unique in its early endorsement of women at all levels, from all parties. Sam can now reply to that loaded question with these measurements: how much money she's raised, the number of races her organization has supported, and the total number of seats they won. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Sam Bennett.
It was once said that none of us stand alone, but rather stand on the shoulders of those that come before us. This award today is merely a reflection of all the women that are working so hard to change the face of electoral politics in this country, so we are no longer ranked 97th in the world in the number of women in elected office, behind Cuba and Afghanistan. You tell me, is that acceptable?
No.
You tell me, is that acceptable?
No.
One more time, you tell me, is that acceptable? If not for Women's Campaign Fund and its foundation, she should run hiring me. After I ran for U.S. Congress in 2008, I would not be before you today. The single biggest deterrent that keeps women from running for office in this country, and mind you, the only reason we're ranked 97th in the world in the number of women in elected office, is because American women simply don't run. So all of you tonight will be asking women to run for office. But the single biggest deterrent is women are concerned about work-life balance. And so I would like to introduce the family that always encouraged me to run for office. My husband, Martin Estrada, stand up. My sister-in-law, Roberta. My daughter, Rachel. And her fiancé, Jasper, please stand up. All right. Now you guys can all sit down. And there's one final woman I would like to recognize. I slept last night on the floor of a critical care unit for my mom. We've been there for a week. We thought she had a stroke, but it turns out she has stage 4 lung cancer with 2 tumors in the brain, is metastasized to the brain. So she survived taking out the respirator yesterday morning, and looks like she'll be with us a couple more weeks. But I would not be before you today if it wasn't for the most wonderful leader in my life, my mother, Ellen Loazo. If you could give her a round of applause. Because for all of us in this room tonight, there is not a bigger game changer that exists in this country than absolutely seeing far more women in elected office. If we do that, it changes everything. Will all of you promise to encourage women to run for office? Do you all promise?
Yes.
Do you all promise?
Yes.
One more time. Do you all promise to encourage women to run? Let me hear it. Do you promise?
Yes.
Thank you for this award.